having my breakfast, drinking tea, and I have something to talk about. Every time I go on social media, I go to my Instagram, to YouTube, I just see so many evil news pop up in my feed. I also see that on Instagram, my friends post and repost all this evil news. And why are there so many evil news, bad news, news that make our hair shivering? The answer is super simple. We live right this moment in a matrix where psychopaths came out to light. Before, they were hiding somewhere, but now they came out and they showing their faces. They doing what they're doing, evil stuff, and we are witnessing them. And is this good or bad or how to react? You do not react. You never react to psychopaths. They are clowns. They are clowns. They have no power, no soul, no conscience, and they have no empathy, no love. They are dark holes. So whatever they do, they are playing among themselves. It shouldn't bother you at all. It shouldn't concern you at all because you have conscience, you have soul and heart, and you live in the same matrix, witnessing them, psychopaths, but you don't play their game. You play your game here. And your games totally different. They do not come across each other. On the other hand, they go separate ways. So you see this news, crazy news, I'm telling you, crazy, crazy news. But you do not give any emotions because these news are created by psychopaths. And these news are about psychopaths. So what does it have to do with you if you're not a psychopath? If you're just a human being with a soul, with a heart, with your dreams, with your goals, with your own life, what does it have to do with you? They game separate game from yours. They cannot come into your life until you let them come in and invite you and invite them in. Then, only then, they come into your life. And again, you shouldn't be afraid of any psychopath that is out there because they play with you only until you say, stop it. I'm not interested anymore. Once you say it with authority, with the power, they cannot harm you, they cannot do anything evil to you because you are protected. God has so much power that God is more powerful than any and all psychopaths that are out there. You are protected totally and you have free will. What happened to me? A psychopath tried for a moment to take my free will. He pressured me so much that I took drugs. He pressured me to do it. He brainwashed me to the point that I, with my hand, took the pills and put it in my mouth. But it's the same thing if he would push it in my mouth with his hand. Because after that horrible experience, I realized that I lost for a moment my free will. When I submitted to his commands, his evil commands, his evil demand, and I couldn't say no. That's the most terrifying thing, when someone makes you lose your free will for a moment again. Because once you understand this lesson and you reprocess what had happened, no one can ever tell you what to do and how to do it, because you regain your power the moment you realized what had happened to you. You regain your free will, and free will is everything. For people with a soul, free will is the most powerful thing. Once you have your free will, you're scared of nothing. You're scared of no evil news. You don't even care about them and you don't watch them. You just simply turn your feed off. You log off of the social media and you don't watch it any longer, because it's not your game to play. You enjoy your life every single moment. Life goes by fast and you don't have much time for a BS that they are trying to show you and bring your attention to. It's not your game. Put your attention to the game you want to play. I've been thinking about my experience with a psychopath. Taking drugs, almost feeling unconscious, laying helplessly on the bed in the hotel room, and he jumped on me, he raped me. And I remember something was coming out of my mouth. I felt so weak, I couldn't talk, I couldn't fight. I was just lying down on that bed in that hotel room helplessly. No free will whatsoever. This was one of the lowest low point in my life. Even now, I'm feeling goosebumps all over my body. That experience was unreal. And yet, it may sound horrible to you, what I've been through, but right now I can remember this as a lesson, great lesson, because only right now, after years of processing everything what had happened, after going to therapy, to numerous psychologists, numerous coaches from all over the world online. I had so many sessions online with people who lived across the ocean from me, expressing my feelings, my pain, my suffering, going over and over and over and over again, all of these dirty things that were inside that bothered me so much. Finally, I came clean. Finally, this shit that was inside of me came out. My tears came out. I let them flow freely. I was not ashamed anymore to tell the world about my lessons, my suffering, how I was raped outside in front of strangers, how he looked at me, the psychopath, his evil eyes, dark, lifeless eyes were looking at me, and I almost jumped out of the 5th floor of my apartment. That's how he made me feel. He took my free will again for a moment. But that moment was crucial because that's when I died. My old myself, ego, persona died right there. And someone else was reborn. I'm no longer that person. I only have some memories. They're not even real. That's how I feel sometimes. Sometimes I feel that someone downloaded inside all these memories about the psychopath, about abuse. And the most unreal moment when he was choking me, trying to take my life. And God just took him and threw him away from me. Psychopath looked pathetic. He was helpless in front of God, in front of all the angels. They came to protect me. Psychopaths are pathetic losers. And once they come to your life, you can either tell them stop, go away, bye, or you can communicate with them for some short period of time just to see who they are, just to learn about them. Because it's also a helpful experience to learn about these dark holes. If you never experience dark holes, walk in dark holes, demons, bots, however you want to call them, don't be afraid when they come to you and try to communicate with you. Don't be afraid. Just be curious. Curiosity will give you even more knowledge and more power. You will become so powerful that nothing and no one can bother you anymore. It took me years, decades to come to this point of understanding who I really am as a human being and as a creator of God. I mean, a creation of God. I just realized I'm a child of God. God created me. God created me so I go through this matrix and experience all these different things, all these different creatures during my life. And I've been on this earth, on this matrix over 4 decades. I experienced so many bots. I would say 95% of creatures, they were bots. They were not human beings. It's scary, but at the same time, it's a powerful knowledge that only can be gained through life experiences, not through books, not through universities, not through courses. Life experience is the most valuable experience. And that's why I prefer coaches over psychologists, because psychologists are specialists with diploma, but it doesn't necessarily mean they have life experiences. Some psychologists, they had no idea what I was talking about when I explained them about my toxic, abusive relationships with my psychopath. They were like in shock. They never been through anything like this in their lives. They read books, they have diplomas, they graduated from top universities, but they lack the life experiences. So we couldn't really connect. They still were helpful. And I still kept going to seek their help, but the connection was not complete. I found true connection with coaches, real people who've been through same experiences, same trauma as myself. And that's when we truly embraced each other and understood each other, and we shared our experiences. Meeting these coaches were life-changing events for me, because I finally connected to people who were able to totally get me, totally understand me, not just give me compassion, but total acceptance. So right now I'm just living, enjoying the moment. I'm finally understanding my power. I'm finally understanding that when I walk into any space, any room, I change energy in that space, in that room. I change existence of other people when I am in their presence. And that's why I come and do these videos. That's why I'm sharing what I'm going through, because right now there are so many victims of psychopathic abuse, and they still don't know how powerful they are. They don't know that they are not victims. They just students of life, and that they are gaining power. Especially, I want to support women. Men are going through the same thing, but men from the childhood are taught not to talk about their feelings, not to talk about their emotions. So I only met a few men in my life who was able to recognize their own emotions and talk about abuse freely and openly in details. But most of the men, even if they suffer from abuse, they hide it even from themselves, because they are taught to be strong and not to show emotions. And when you don't show emotions, when you don't recognize your own emotions, how can you feel if you don't name your disease? So that's why I'm mostly talking to women, because women, they are more freely can talk about their experiences and recognize what they were going through. And I can connect more to women. But my main point is to tell you, I've been through the lowest low. I came out. It took me years and years of therapy, of coaching, of watching videos 24/7 on YouTube about abuse, about stories, interviews with other victims of abuse, women who were raped by their partners. I still learning. I'm still, up until this day, I've been learning 24/7. This topic is the most important topic in my life, learning about psychopaths and abuse that they put their victims through. And that's why I'm sharing all of this. I want to give you encouragement to go through your life with no fear, and don't focus on negative things they are trying to push you from all this news. They pushing you this bad, evil news. Turn it off. It's not making you feel better about yourself. Watch what makes you feel better. Watch what you can implement in your life. Watch positive things, because that's what will be in your mind. You will be focused on something very positive. And for me, there are few things that are positive right now. And one of these things are traveling. I just found a joy to travel and to see different metrics. Every place I go to, it has its own different rules. different people, different bots, different metrics, they own BS and they own beauty. So if you just thinking what you should do positive in your life, you can just travel. And it can be locally, it can be overseas, or it can be across the ocean. And you will see that your life will change. You will learn so much from it. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. And we will be in touch. I also offer one-on-one online sessions. If you have Instagram, go there, Tanya Bright Future. It's my profile name on Instagram, and send me direct message. So that's it. Have a great day. Bye.